welcome. This is our second attempt. We're famed for only doing one take normally, but we didn't have the microphones on. We had about 25-30 minutes of footage and no microphones. So apologies, we will try and do this again. So you join us this weekend at the Fit Expo. So today being 1st of November, if you see anyone wearing Halloween outfits in the background, kind of the proper launch of Jaws. You would have seen a few pieces already, but we are showcasing them proper. So I'll take you around initially, and what is nice is we were all set up before most of the brands were coming in, and people have been jumping on it because we found weights on pretty much every piece of kit. So it's gathering some excitement. There's other brands here as well, like James at Iron Master there. So first item, we have here the Jaws standing multiflight. Originally, this was under our At the Gym brand, but we've beefed it up in typical Jaws fashion. So it's now got the black with the shimmer in. Use-wise though, we used to have one piston in there, whereas now there's two pistons. So if I undo it, it literally wants to raise on itself, so you haven't got a heavyweight carriage. Also, bearing housings all upgraded, so everything's really tight. Okay, so that is lovely to use. I can tell someone's been on it because everyone's been adjusting everything. So personally, I'd start about here. The multi-flight being for lateral raises, bent over laterals, well, you've got your head pad and crossovers. They're the three favorite exercises. Jaws Smith press, linear press. We have here the Jaws Force bench. So we've got prime, strength, force. You notice different ranges, and there'd be similarities across the range. So you notice the different sort of feet on this strength range, smaller box section, whereas that is the old paint job. Whereas on the force one, then it's designed to be even more robust. So you can bolt everything down, not that you need to, but you can. Everything's got kick plate covers. Here on this bench is exceptional value. I think off the top of my head, it's 1095 or 1195, including VAT, delivery, and it comes assembled. We do have slightly cheaper benches with no storage on, but it's worth paying the extra and getting the storage. Nice size. Jake, if you jump on. Nice size. Oh, you're going to deal with that customer. I'll let you go. Okay, so nice size platform as well. And as you can see, I can stand, whether he likes it or not, I can stand right over Jake and spot him if need be. PU contact points on here. There we go, I left my spotter platform because Jake could do that all day long. We have here, it's currently being our bench, but it is the Sill prone row bench. So that is nice and comfortable to use, very well priced for a commercial gym as well. What we like on here is the wheels, and there's a handle at the back. So in a gym, you can literally pick it up and wheel it around. I'll do it without all your clothes falling off. There you go, you've got the example. Jaws Force, we mentioned some of the finishing touches. We've also got on here foot assists. See, so already there's a plate on there, and you've got a foot assist whilst using it. We'll make a separate video of items like that. Come round linear Smith row, we've videoed before. More force items. So we've got the ISO row. We get different ones of us to jump on the machines because we've all got our favorites. This is the ATX standing chest press that we reviewed recently. This is kickback, so like a press down kickback, 3D Smith machine hip thrust, and we've got the Jaws Force ISO leg extension. The items that are getting all the attention though are the British made Jaws benches. We've got in the middle the power dumbbell bench, we've got flanking it the seatless adjustable benches. Okay, so the seatless adjustable benches, they're our design. They're reimagined on a classic. So in the gym, I've been affectionately calling these Bob benches. So I used to train in a free weight gym, and he had made wooden benches, much like you might see black and white photos of people performing presses on this sort of angle. Well, we had the joy of having a wooden bench that was made in a fixed position, and there was one that was about 30 degrees, and everyone would use it. And even though that gym is long gone, I always remembered that bench. So this is us reimagining that and improving upon it. So wider base, we've got a foot plate that we can rest against. They adjust. Jake hasn't, we've actually built these and put them in the gym alongside a lot of these pieces a couple of weeks ago. And we planned on taking these out. We just put them in for photos, but they've been in constant use since. The only time they've come out is for this show. They are that comfortable to use.
Yeah.
And Jake wasn't blowing smoke up my arse.
No.
Because I overheard him talking about it to others.
I was very skeptical at first. Very, very skeptical. It just looks, it's not what I'm used to using, but I'm probably not going back to the normal bench after using one of these.
Not going back to a normal bench?
Obviously, for something like where I'm going stupid heavy, I need a better base, maybe. But everything else is going to be it now.
Well, see, my thing on a normal bench, and people have been trying to write issues for ages, is let's say this was adjustable, is it's like the hunching over the seat. And then there's been lots of companies that have made like zero gap benches where they try and get rid of the pivot point. So there's people have been sort of adjusting adjustable benches for a while, haven't they?
Yeah. But no, I feel a lot more stable on it. With this little barbell I push off of it, you get a lot more leg drive. The angle's a lot nicer as well. The pad's a lot nicer, it's better quality, it's more solid, it's a little bit wider than some benches. And as you said yesterday, it's not the straight flat cut off as some of them.
Yes, so there are some nice features. So if Jake gets some dumbbells, he can show us. So the original one I designed was this pop pin one. And as you can see, everything's reinforced because where it's a low slung bench, another thing as well is this one's competition height. So you get a nice footing and it's overkill, but we put the spotter platform like on the Force items on here. This is even lower slung again. So if you've got anyone smaller than me, then you've actually got a nice grounded position for your flat, but equally, then you've got your incline positions. I've always generally preferred a pop pin bench. I know most people will prefer a ladder adjustable bench, which is why I'll come to that one in a moment. But I prefer the pop pin. Due to the low slung design and where you're coming off, that's why everything's reinforced, because your bracket would be fairly low. Turns out though, after making the ladder adjustable, I prefer the ladder adjustable. The main reason being is, okay, yes, we've done funky cutouts within the box so that it works, but it's because you can handle it from either side and you could just adjust it like this, whereas you can't on a pop pin. I'll show you. Jake will do some reps and then we'll show you. Thank you, Jake. Jake picked up the heaviest dumbbells we brought with us. He wanted to bring 60s, I think, which is a bit overkill for a show.
I'm a little bit egotistical.
You are. Yeah, warm up, ready for the video. So on there, look, you see the pin is on this side, so I'll be doing it left hand. Whereas on here, I've got handles on either side. Plus, because it's ladder adjustable, then you can just adjust it like that. You don't necessarily need to. Once it's in the runner, it's reassuringly well made. This is like shutting a nice car door.
It's very strong.
It's not, you know, like when you move, say, a ladder adjustable bench, it's got ding, 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 ding. Whereas this, everything's got purpose-made bushings on there. And we've got my favorite incline adjustment. So, okay, yes, we've got the low slung flat, 10 degrees, 20, 30 degrees, and then a steep 45. Interestingly, is I didn't think anyone would shoulder press on 45. You like it?
Yeah, but it's my body anatomy. I'm not too sure, but I find it really comfortable and really nice to use.
But my thinking was curls, and a lot of people have been doing curls.
I've not seen anyone else shoulder press. I've seen everyone else curl.
Everyone else does curls, so that's kind of good in a way. Jake, you referenced the pads. How these differ from a typical bench?
Well, they're not just a soft sponge like you get from a lot of them. So you feel a lot more stable. So most pads are tiny bit wider. They're stronger.
They're cushioned but firm, aren't they? So we get these made in Bristol. So We were very particular with how we wanted them. Not only the density of material, okay, yes, these are fancy Bentley-esque diamond shape, but you will notice that there's padding all the way round and it's curved, whereas normally on a lot of benches you have a straight edge, so it'd be straight like that and you can feel it when you're pressing, whereas this is intentionally curved around and there's no seam on the outside. Everything is stitched and stapled on the back and then a steel plate on the reverse. Okay, but in terms of pressing, what that then means is when you are pressing, I might as well pick up, I won't go with the 30s, let's go with the 20s, and let's go to a lower slung design, which I can do from either side. So 20s, and what I find on an orthodox bench is then it be cutting into, say, like your rhomboids as you're doing it, whereas this one, you actually wrap around. There is a reason that I wanted to remake a bench that reminded me of the old ones I used to use, and also why Jake said I probably wouldn't go back to, you'll have to if you train somewhere else.
If I train somewhere else, it's a given, but I do really love these benches.
And the mount and dismount. Look at what difference this is, rather than trying to roll over a pivot point. Mount and dismount.
You just want to get extra few reps in, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I was always taught that if you can't pick the dumbbells up properly and get them into position, then you shouldn't be lifting it. So I can get dumbbells heavier than I can lift into position. You know, where you're like taught to do it properly. But this is a lot easier on this bench rather than on, you know, like let's say a normal adjustable bench where you're then coming up like this and you see people like drop it off to the side.
Or just throw them.
Yeah, it's a lot more intuitive to get good form on the seatless adjustable. So they're the ones, I mean, we've got, look around, we've got a lot of unique pieces. Don't know if anyone's used anything like the Smith row, the Smith linear press, 3D hip thrust. We've got standing chest press. There's sill row bench. Everywhere I'm looking, we've got multiflight. We've got unique pieces, yet these are the standout because it's our design. No one else is making them, and they are exceptionally good to use. Okay, I think our first video was better, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah.
The one with no sound.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cover the force ones in more depth. If you're at the Fit Expo, enjoy the show, and we'll see you soon.